As I told, I will share you the link. After this session, I will share the link. After entire 2 days is over, I will share the entire link. I will share you the channel name also. Okay, right. So we have seen how to insert a card, inside the card, how to display the value. Then we have seen how to insert a slicer also. Now, for example, this is my actual, this is my plan. And this is the difference between the actual versus plan. Now, I want to insert one more visual here, where I want to check whether we achieved our target or not. For that, which could be the better visual. There are so many visuals available. Now, I will go with the visual called as gauge. Like a speedometer, there is a visual called as gauge. Where is it available? It's in my system below the build visual, row number 1, 2, 3, 4th row, 1, 2, 3, 4th one, 4th row, 4th one. Before that slicer, you can see this one is available, gauge. So go to the build visual. Below that build visual, let us go to the gauge. There is an option called as gauge. Let us click on the gauge now. I click on the gauge. And I place the gauge somewhere else here. Wherever I want, I am placing the gauge. Inside the gauge, you can see there is some option available. When I click on the gauge, on the right hand side below the build visual, there is an option value, minimum value, maximum value, target value. So we'll do this minimum value and maximum value is automatically fixed by Power BI itself. This one value and target value is the one which we are going to fix. Value. The name itself says value and target value. Target is your target. Value is your actual. So this actual we have to bring it to the value area. Which is my actual? Total revenue is my actual. So let us bring the total revenue. I'll bring the total revenue into the value area. And I'll bring the target revenue into the target value area. Total revenue into the value area. Target revenue into the target value area. Yes. Now you can see it shows the gauge and there is a small needle appearing in between. This needle indicates this is your target. So whether we are above the target or whether we are below the target. If you have crossed the needle, that means we are above the target. If you are within the needle, that means we are below the target. We'll do furthermore other formatting. We'll do it one by one. So now let me select and check. For example, I'll select the transmission and drivetrain. Yes, that's also crossed the needle. It's above the target. Similarly, I click here. So, but the braking system, we have not achieved the target. So let us click on braking system. Yes. So you can see the target is 54 millions, but we have applied only 49 millions. So it's lesser than the target. So we have checked the actual versus plan. We have created a small visual called as gauge. Inside the visual of gauge, we have dragged and dropped the total revenue into the value area and we have dragged and dropped the target revenue into the target area. Let us do furthermore other formatting. We'll see something about the slicer also in another few minutes. Now, could you tell me this 506.44 millions, 478 millions, I want it as an exact value. Could you tell me how can I do that? I want this instead of 478, I want the exact value. 47 crores, 75 lakhs, 95,000. That the exact value has to be displayed here. How do I do it? Visualization. Select the card, then go to the format visual. Very good. Then visual. No, here we don't have colored value. Data label, target label, call out value. Data label. What is the data label? The data label is this one. The minimum and maximum is your data label area, this part. Actually, I don't like this. I don't want this area itself. I want to switch off that. So let me switch off the data label. I'm switching off the data label. I don't want that minimum, maximum. This target label. So let us expand the target label. Could you tell me where can I change that minimum million, billion, trillions into the exact value here? Display units. Yes, very good. Display units auto, make it as none. Same like here. Call out value. Under call out value also, you can see the display units as none. Yes. So based on my selection, you can see we'll do furthermore other formatting in this gauge also. So based on my selection, you can see it's changing here. Yes. Right. Now help me here. How can I change this? Here in this gauge, this is okay, 50, comma, 64, comma, 42, comma. But I want the same comma separator for this also. Or I want the rupee currency symbol here, or I want the currency symbol here. How can I change it? Select the gauge, then very good. General, data format, superb. Data format, then yes. Here you can see two options. Total revenue or target revenue. Which you want to change it. So I think the total revenue is already correct, comma separators. This target revenue. So let us select the target revenue. And what is the format for it? Whether you want a general format, whole number, or decimal number, or a currency format. Your wish. So for example, I will put it as currency. Yes. So you are getting the currency format here. Same like for the apply settings to the revenue. Now I will apply the settings to total revenue also. That's also I want it in a currency. Yes. So we have the currency here. We have the currency. So all things which we did in the morning. Same thing I am doing it again. I want you to try this. For example, maybe the gauge color. Last session I did this for this card. Wherever my value is minimum to 0, I given as green, red. More than 0, I given as a green. Same thing I want you to do it for this gauge color. Can you change this for a gauge color? This gauge color, I want to change this gauge color. If my profit margin is in positive, I want the gauge color should be in green. If the profit margin is lesser, negative, then the gauge color should be in red. Can you try that? I want you to try this. Wherever my profit margin is in positive, that means if profit margin is positive, profit. We'll do that, sir. We'll do that as the next part. After the color, we are going to do that. By default, it will come in the half, but we'll see how to make it as a fuller one. Try to give a color for the gauge. If the profit margin is positive, I want it in green. If the profit margin is negative, I want a red. Can you try that? Done. Very good. Finishing this, we'll see some new visuals. Braking system should be in red. Check your condition. Okay. I'm trying here. Let me select the gauge. Who are completed, fine. Who are not completed, please watch here. I'm selecting the gauge. Go to the visual. Go to the visual. Under visual, gauge axis. Select the gauge. Go to the gauge visual, gauge axis, and color. Gauge color. There is an option called as color. And which color you want to change? Whether you want to change the gauge color or you want to change this needle color. I want to change the gauge color. There is two colors available. One is the fill color. This is for your actual, and target color is for the target color. That is your needle. I don't want the needle color should change. I want this color should change. So go to the FX here. Click on the FX. When you click on FX, it shows gradient. As I told, gradient we'll see it in our next session. Let us go for rules. But it says the rules is based on the total revenue. No. The rules is not based on the total revenue. Rules is based on the profit margin. If it is profit, I want a green. If it is a loss, I want a red. So, It's not based on the total revenue. Click here and see where is the profit margin. You can find it here. I think it's available below invoice trends, or click here and type it. Manually you can find it also, PRO. So here you can find out the profit margin. So this is based on the profit margin, not based on the total revenue or target revenue. So profit margin, minimum to 0 is red. Minimum to 0 is red. Same thing what we did in the last session. New rules. 0 to max. How can I make it as max? Is delete that 0. That maximum 0, delete it. Then change the color to more color and we'll make it as green. So minimum to 0 is red, 0 to max is green. Let me check that. Only thing you have to change here is this. This is based on the profit margin. Say okay. Yes. Now it's green. Of course it's green. Transmission is green. Suspension is green. Engine and fuel is green. Electrical, electronic is green. Braking system, it's red. So based on my selection, you can see the colors are changing. Between this and this also you can give a color. Okay. But as he has told, this is fine, perfectly correct. But most of the people prefers to have the gauge. Maybe I don't want the gauge in the half of here. I want the gauge at least to complete. That means we are at the good speed. So I want this gauge should come somewhere else at the last here. Somewhere else at the last. So let us create a measure for it. I'm going to create a measure. Here I think total revenue is more. Based on the total revenue, I want to create a small measure here. Let us create a measure. This maximum is automatically fixed by Power BI. I don't want it. I am going to fix the maximum value. So let us go to the Home tab. Before that, I place the cursor on the invoice trends because I want the measure to be residing in the same table. So place the cursor on the invoice trends. Go to the Home tab again. Go to the new measure again. So let us go to the new measure. Home tab, and I'm going to the new measure here. So let us go to the new measure. What is the name of the measure? This measure I'm specifically designing to fix the maximum value for my gauge. To fix the maximum value. So let us give some name for it. This is for max of gauge. To fix the max of gauge, I am going to use this. Max of gauge is equal to what? Is equal to total revenue. Total revenue. I want to just add from the total revenue 10% more. 10% more. Suppose my total revenue is 1 lakh. I want to fix the maximum value as 1,10,000 so that my gauge will come to the last. So that it will come to the last. So total revenue into 10% of it. So we can say 1.10, correct? Or 1.1. 1.10 or 1.1 means 10% of that. Not divided by 10%. 10%. 1 lakh means 1,10,000. So into 1.10. That will give you 10% more than the revenue. Enter to accept it. Now what we will do is select the gauge. Go to the build visual here. Add the data to the build visual. Come to this area. Now you can see already we have dragged the value. Already we have dragged the target revenue. Now there is something called as maximum value. In this maximum value area, we are going to drag the max of gauge measure to this area. Bring the max of gauge measure to this area here. Yes. Now you can see the gauge comes here. This is optional. If you want, you can do it. To have a better view, I am doing it. That's also fine, but if you want a better view, so we are going at a good speed. So I want the gauge. Normally people prefers to bring the gauge at the last. That's the reason we have created this measure. After measure is created, select the gauge, drag that measure which you have created, bring it to the maximum value. Maximum. Okay. See some new visuals. Select it. You want to change different color or you don't want the conditional formatting? Select this, same format. Go to format, go to the color. You can see that same FX is available. Click on the FX, it will go to the same conditional format. Or if you don't want the conditional formatting, there is a eraser symbol, erase it. Quick measure, it will automatically ready-made formulas are available. We'll try that. I will finish up that. It will automatically create some form. Instead of equal to sum x, it will insert the sum x automatically. I'll explain. Okay. Now, fortunately, in this slicer, we have less value in the slicer. I think we have only 5 values, so this is okay. And we can use the slicer in a better way. Nowadays, I think people are preferring to put a slicer like a tile. Like a tile. Tile means like a mosaic tile. Or if you have more values, try to put it in a combo. For example, how can I change this to a tile format? Select the slicer. Go to the format. Under format, slicer settings. Go to the format, slicer settings. Under slicer settings, vertical list. So when I select the slicer and go to the format and go to the visual, there we can see the vertical list. Instead of that vertical list, I can make it as tile or I can make it as drop down. Tile. So let me put it as tile. It looks like a tile. If we increase and decrease the height, the tile will get adjusted automatically. So now I can display it like this, like a tile like this. Or I don't want it as horizontally. Can I make it as vertically or horizontal? Can I change it? Yes. Decrease the height and increase the width. So it shows like this. So however you want, you can change your tiles. So now you can select it like this. Slicer. But if you have more values, here the values are lesser, you can go for tile or list. But if they have more values, suppose I have part names, I have thousands of part names, you cannot display a tile like this, it is very bigger. So instead, we can make it as drop down, like a combo box. More values means I prefer to put it in a drop down like this. So you can use the drop down and you can select it. If you have more values in your slicers, lesser value, either you can go for tile or you can go for list. More values means prefer to go with the drop down. Okay. So I'll put it as drop down because I'm going to use some other here. I given it as drop down and I placed it here. This card is the older card. It is already retired to some extent. In maybe another few months, you will not get this card. You will not get the card. Morning itself, we didn't get the card. What we did is we have gone to the 3 dot and we have enabled it, restore the default visual and we got it. In near future, this will get retired from your visuals. Instead of that card, Power BI has added new card. What is the difference? What is the advantage between that old card and a new card? So let us use that new card. So many advantages are available. We'll see one by one. First advantage is, let us click on this card with a thunderbolt. This card with a thunderbolt. Earlier we used this card As I told, this is it will get moved, it will retire sooner. So let us go for this card. Card with a thunderbolt. So let us click on the card with thunderbolt. Yes, what is the advantage of this card with thunderbolt is, first one by one we will explore. First advantage is, let me bring the total revenue here again. I will bring the total revenue to the value area. I'm bringing the total revenue into the value area. The total revenue is displayed. Okay. For the time being, I'm just reducing the gauge size because I need some space. So we have the total revenue here. And I will bring the target revenue also here. So it displays the target revenue. And also bring the profit margin here. So one card you can display multiple values. Instead of creating three different cards. Instead of creating three different cards, we can display everything in one card itself. That's the first advantage. In old card, three different values mean 3 times 3 card has to be created. Here in one card, we can display everything. That's the first advantage. We'll see one by one. We'll see one by one. Okay. So I got 3 options in one card. Select the card. Go to format your visual. Multi-card layout, cards, call out, we'll see one by one. Multi-card layout, we'll see it in another few minutes. I will explain that. Let us go to the callouts. Under callouts, apply settings to all. It says apply settings to all. And when I go to the value or when I go to the label, I should get something like display units. I want to change the display units as none so that I will get the exact value. Unfortunately, the display units is not available on the list. So what you have to do is go to call out, under call out, apply settings to all, no, make it as total revenue. When I select total revenue, now you can see the display unit is appearing. Earlier, if I selected all, the display units may not appear. So select total revenue, then scroll down to the value. Below the value, there is a display units, make it as none. Same like target revenue, change the display units as none. No other go, you have to do it one by one. Same like profit margin, display units as none. I got all the display units as none. Okay. Yes. Select it. Select this card. Go to format. Go to call out. Under call out, apply settings to. By default, the apply settings to will be all. Make it as a profit margin or whatever. Change it to profit margin and go there and change the display units which is below the value. Below the value, there will be a display units. Change it to none. Change this to none. All the 3 we have to change it as none. All the 3. Target revenue, total revenue, profit margin. Yes. One more advantage we'll see. Go to general, data format, apply settings to, select it and change it to currency. Of course, it comes with the practice. If you do 2 or 3 times, before tomorrow evening, we'll do many practice, don't worry. Now, one more advantage in this card is, there are another 2 or 3 advantages. One more, you can change the layout. We'll change the layout in another few minutes. Now, for this total revenue, for example, instead of just displaying a numbers, people prefers to put it in a visual format. For example, this total revenue, I want to put a picture for it. I want to add a picture. Either download the picture or morning what we did it for our logo, link a picture. So let us go for the I will go to online here. I'll go to the Edge browser and I'll go to the Google now. Or if you have it in your website, company website also, you can get it. If you have it in SharePoint, you can get it. For example, total revenue. For a total revenue, I want a picture for the total revenue. Some picture. Total revenue picture. I'll put something as total revenue picture. Yes, I'm getting some picture in online. Maybe I will take this. You can take anything. I'm taking this picture. So this is my total. For total revenue, I like this picture. So either click the picture, right click, download the picture, save the picture and use the picture. That's one method. Either download the picture and use the picture. You can download it, save the picture as the image, save a image and you can use it. You can save it as a separate image and you can use it. Method one. Or right click on the picture, copy image link. Right click on the picture, copy image link. You can use anything. Download it and use it or copy image link. So let me copy the image link. You can get it from your database also. Automatically it should change. So you can get it from database. That we'll see it in the next session. So copy image link. Select the card again. Select the card again. Go to the visual. Select the card. Go to the visual. Below this multi-card layout, cards call out. Be careful. Below the call out, there is an option called as image. Below the call out, there is an option called as image. Don't use this. There will be a separate option called as image. This option you have to go for. Don't use the top one. There is an image. Don't use it. You have to use this one. This image. Expand that image. Apply settings to. Once again, apply settings to total revenue. Switch on the image. Total revenue. Switch on the image. Tell me what I have to do here. Upload image. If you have already downloaded it, then upload it. I didn't download it. What I did is link. So enter URL. So go to enter URL and paste that URL here. Just paste that URL. So I'm pasting that URL. Yes. Now I got the picture here. We'll adjust the size. We'll change the layout one by one. Copy that link. Either download the link and upload the link here. That's one method. Another one is copy the link and just come here. Go to the image. Enter URL and paste that URL here. Let me do this one more time for the target revenue also. Let us do it for target revenue. Target revenue. Target revenue, everything is good. Maybe I'll take this target revenue. This one. Right click. Copy image link. Go to select the card. Go to the visual. Image. Apply settings to total revenue. No, it's not total revenue. It's a target revenue. Switch on the image. Upload image. No. Enter URL. Paste it. Now doing it again for the profit margin also. This is the advantage of the new card. In old card, you cannot get these images. Only the values can be displayed. One more advantage, we'll see it later. Profit margin. I think this is okay. Right click. Copy image link. Come to Power BI. Apply settings to profit margin. Switch on the image. Enter URL. Paste it. Yes. Okay. Let us select the card again. Scroll up. We have seen the call out and we have seen the images also. Now let us go to the multi-card layout. How you want this layout? Whether the layout should be horizontally or you want the layout should be vertically, like a tile, like a table. Tile and table somewhat similar. Maybe instead of horizontally, I can put it as vertically also. So let us put it as vertically so that your image will appear like this, vertical. So your image will appear here. Sorry, card will appear vertically here, one below another. So either you can make it as vertically, you can make it as horizontally. Select the multi-card layout. Go to the layout, tile or a table, and maybe a tile or table means table will have a border. Tile will not have a border. Vertical, horizontal, or like a grid. I prefer to put it as vertical now. Select the card and do it. Maybe, for example, first I am getting the total revenue, then I am getting the title, I am getting the picture. Can I put the picture on the top and put the other things on the bottom? I want the picture should come on the top. So select this card, cards, go to cards. Below the cards, layout, select the cards, go to layout, under layout, vertical, horizontal, that's okay. Call out image reference, which you want it. So you can put the order. For example, first I want the image, then I want the call out. Or first I want the call out, then the image. So like this you can change. For example, first I'll put the image and call out. So first image, then the value. So you can rearrange it. Image and the value, or value and the image. This you can change it here. There is something called as reference label. I'll explain the reference label. Yes. Let us make the slicer more visual. Next step. One more advantages is available in the card. We will see that. Which one? Downloaded the image. Ah, for what you have the image? For the total revenue or target revenue? Then for the target you have added, right? Yeah. No, sir. Total revenue. What's this? Separate group for this image. Go here. Below that. On that image. Downloaded image, right? Browse. Browse. Total revenue on the top. Select the picture for target revenue. Select it. Another picture. Then select the target revenue and insert that picture also. On the image. Now you want to put this in center.
How to put in the center?
I'll make it as all. Make it as all. Here you can see order. Call out image reference. First I want the image, select the third article. Chrome, Google Chrome. Copy address. Now go there. We adjust the height and width, it will get adjusted and position of it, stretch, the stretch. Increase height, it will adjust. Okay. Not tomorrow morning, sir. 5:30, 4:30, I will ask you. Not tomorrow morning. So 4:30 ke kehran. Tea break like that, you will forget. I will say this in all the training. Power BI is easy to use, easy to learn, easy to forget. 100%. Not only Power BI, sir. Everything in the world. Now, let us see one more picture. Conditional picture. Yes, sir. Shall we move on? Now, let us take the slicer called as category. The slicer called as category, I am putting the braking system, electrical, electronics, engine, fuel, suspension, transmission. Here, I want to add a picture. Braking system means I want the braking system picture. Suppose if you have a vehicle model, that vehicle model picture should be displayed so that in the slicer, automatically it should get displayed. Every time I will not download it and I will get it here. So if I select braking system, the braking system picture should be displayed. Electrical, electronic picture should be displayed automatically. So it should link, it should get it from the source. For example, I have the employee name, employee photographs has to be displayed. So if the employee name, same employee photographs has to be displayed. So either you should have that image in your SharePoint or you should have a link for it. Actually, as of now, we are not using the SharePoint, we are using only Excel. So let us open that Excel file, that original source Excel file which we have opened in the morning. So let me open that Excel file called as business transaction. So let us open that business transaction. And let me go to that file called as, sheet called as product category. Under this product category, we have engine fuel system, transmission and driveline, braking system, electrical, electronic, suspension. So straight away to this braking system, I want that braking system image to be there. But as I told, if you have the SharePoint, we can put the image. Unfortunately, we are using Excel. Excel, we cannot put the image as of now. I think in near future, it may come. There is an option available in Excel. They already did it. I think some modification has to be done. I don't know whether you are aware of it. In Excel, we have an option, insert, where we can see there is an option called as picture. Under picture, place in the cell. Inside a cell, we can put a picture. But as of now, you cannot link it in Power BI. As of now, you cannot link it. Near future, you will get that. But as of now, you cannot link it. So what I will do is, for a braking system, I want to put a picture here, picture link. So let me go to same Google website now, and I'll go to that braking system. I want the braking system picture, or if you have it in online, if you have it in your website, you can get it from there also. SharePoint also, you can get that SharePoint link here. So let me take this picture, this braking link picture. As I told, it may vary from browser to browser. If you are using Edge, right click, copy image link. If you are using Google Chrome, that is copy image address, I believe so. Instead of link, you will have a copy image address if you are using Google Chrome. So copy image link. Let us try with two. Other things we'll try it later. Copy image link, braking system, and I'll paste that link maybe below the example column or below the description column, somewhere else. Maybe I'll put it below the example column. Below the example column, straight away to the braking system, I paste that link here. Copy image link, I'm pasting the image link. Let us try with the two, and if it is working out, we'll try with the other three also. And electrical electronics. Let us put the link for that electrical electronics also. Which picture is good for electrical electronics? This one. This one. Right click, copy image link, paste it. Okay, at least do one or two, then we'll try the other part. Just copy the image link and paste it straight away to that link area, then we'll see the next part if you did this. Business transaction, morning you have used it. This is the file which we have used it for our data. At least one or two do it, other three or four we'll do it later. Done? At least two. Okay. Now what I will do is, I have did it for braking system, I have did it for electrical and electronics. At least one or two do it. As I told, other three we will do it in the later part. Save and close this Excel file. Save and close this Excel file. After inserting the link, save and close the Excel file. Come to Power BI. I'm coming to Power BI. This slicer, what we inserted in the morning, this slicer is just for a text. There is one more slicer available on your visual. Button slicer. Button slicer. There is a visual called as button slicer. So go to the build visual. Below that build visual, there is a slicer called as button slicer with a thunderbolt. There is a slicer with a two or three slicers, new slicers available. Let us start with this other slicer, we'll see it. This thunderbolt. Select this thunderbolt slicer. I'm inserting this thunderbolt slicer somewhere else. Maybe I'll place the cursor on some empty area and do it. Don't do it on some other. Place the cursor on some empty area and I click on this thunderbolt. Let us drag that category name to this thunderbolt area, to this slicer area. Drag that category and bring it to the slicer or bring it to the value. Both are same. Drag that category name and bring it to the value area or bring it to the slicer area. Okay. Then I will increase or decrease the height of the slicer to have a better view. Okay. Select the slicer. I think in this slicer I am getting 3 in one row and 2 in another row. Select the slicer. Go to format your visual. Go to format your visual. Multi-button layout. Multi-button layout. You decide whether you want the slicer should be in row wise or whether you want the slicer should be in column wise. Your wish. I put it in maybe in rows. Let us make the rows as 1. I'll make it a row as 1 and column as 5 because I think I have 5 categories, so I'm putting it as 5 so that it will get in order. Or you can make the row column as 1 and rows as 5 also. That's your wish. Rearrange it properly. Yes. Now the picture. How can I get the picture inside this? Select the slicer. Go to the visual. Already we used the multi-button layout to arrange the rows and columns. There is an option called as image. Come to the image. Under image, scroll down, image. Image. Below that you can see image. Here I can see there is an option available. Select from data. Select from data. It's not upload image, it's not enter URL. Select from data. Where I have that data link, could you tell me in which column we got that link? Examples. That example column, which is below the product category, that example column is available here. Drag that example column and bring it to the add data area. Below the image, there says select the from data and drag that example to this field area because the example is the column where we have inserted that link. But nothing will happen as of now. The reason is when I drag and drop this, it will come here. But nothing, I am not able to see the image. The reason is because we have added we have modified something in Excel. But after modifying something in Excel, you should have refreshed your report. We didn't refresh it. So let us go to Home tab. On your Power BI, go to Home tab, click on Refresh. When you click on Refresh, after refreshing, you should get that image there. Yes. Because that file would have been opened. You would have not closed that file. Normally, if the file is opened, it will show some read-only error. Close that file, then refresh it, you will get it.
We can do it from browse also.
But how can you fix it for 5 you have to insert 5. Suppose I have 10. 10 times you have to browse and select, browse and select, browse and select. But instead we are linking straight away. That link is available in your Excel table. I have 100 employees. I have 100 photographs of employees in separate folder. From there straight away I can get it. Your wish. If you want to do it for other 3, do it. Go to the same Excel file. Decreasing the height of this. The link is too big for me. Let me do it for suspension and body components. Copy image link. Paste it. Below the suspension and body components. Transmission and drivetrain. Copy image link. And I paste it here. The last one, engine and fuel system. The last one. Copy image link. Paste it. That's it. Save and close. Come to Power BI. Refresh. Got all 5 images. Can I put the image in a separate area, picture in a separate, slicer in a separate area, picture in a separate area? Yes. That also can be done. We'll do it. I don't know which is, maybe the older card, just for a learning we did it. The older card, as I told, it will get retired sooner. I can delete it because already we got that value into our new card. So let me delete that old cards. I'm deleting that cards. So this new card, I have it here. The slicer, I will have it here. Yes. Looks better. Now it's okay. Based on a slicer selection, I want a slicer in an area, picture in some other area. That also we can do it. But I don't want to disturb this data. Maybe I'll do it in some other page because already this page is full. Let us do it in some other page also. Okay. Now, for example, this is my home page. Already my home page is full, so I will delete this. One more advantage in this new card is, what is the difference between old card is, old card you cannot get the picture, and old card you cannot get a multiple values like this. And slicer also, old slicer you get only the option, but the latest slicer you are getting a picture like this. One more advantage in this card with Thunderbolt is, I want to know the total revenue, or I want to know the profit margin based on something, based on the region wise. South region, North region, West region, East region, what is my total revenue? Or based on some other, based on the payment method wise, cash payment, credit card payments, pending payment, cash payment, credit card. I want to know the full details of it. South region, what is my total revenue? North region, what is my total revenue? I want to display it in a card. So let us put this Thunderbolt card. I have some space on the right hand side. I deleted the old slicer. I have space on the right hand side. So let us insert this Thunderbolt card. I insert that Thunderbolt card here. I want to know the revenue for each region wise. So let us bring the total revenue into the value area. After inserting the card, I'm bringing the total revenue into the value area. We got this. Then this total revenue should be for each region wise, South region, North region, East region, West region. So let us go to the search box, and I find there is a column called as region name. Let us bring the region name into the category area. Yes. Now you can see it shows region wise. Central region, East region, North region, South region, West region. What is my revenue for each region wise? You can have a split like this, which is not possible in an older card. We'll change some settings on this. It will show you the split like this. Click பண்ணா உள்ள போகும். Del வேணா அப்புறம் போகும். Click பண்ணா under that it will go inside. But இங்கேயே பார்த்துக்கலாம். South overall total you can have a separation here. South click panna city wise போவோம், city wise click பண்ணி state wise போறது drill. இது வேற. Maybe drill I will explain in the next session. Select this card. Select the card. Go to format. Multi-category layout. So you can change your layout as I told vertically, horizontally, however you want the layout, you can change it here. So go to multi-category, select the card, multi-category layout. Under the multi-category layout, whether you want it in a table format, you want it in a tile format, you want it as vertical, you want it as horizontal. So if you want it as horizontal like this, you can get it like this here, horizontally, vertically. So regions will be horizontal like this, central region, east region, north region, south region, horizontally or vertically. Increase the rows and columns also if you want. Maximum is only 4 columns. Which one, horizontal or vertical?
No, starting itself.
This is not a slicer, this is a card. This is a card which we have used already for this picture, no? This card. Don't use slicer, card. Card with a thunderbolt. Select the card with thunderbolt. Drag the revenue to the value area. Region name to the category area. Slicer is just for the selection. If you click something, it has to select something. For that, we can use the slicer. Category, yes. So as I told, multi-card layout, which layout you want, horizontally, vertically, that you can decide whether you want it horizontally, whether you want vertically. Then, category headings. These are all you can explore. I think that's all very simple. I want the category heading, central, east, north, south. I don't want it on the top, I want it on the left-hand side. I want the central on the left-hand side, value on the right-hand side. So go to the category headings and where you want the category headings, whether on the top or bottom or a left or a right. So let us put it on the left. So central region, what is my revenue? East region, what is my revenue? North region, what is the revenue? Scroll down, east, west. It shows the revenue here. Category headers. Category headers. Category headers, I changed the layout into left-hand side. Or if you want it on the right bottom, that's your wish. This left-hand side is the name of the region. The region வந்து எங்க வரணும், left layer, right layer, top, bottom, which position you want. How are we going to the next page here? I'm getting north, east, south, west. How do I go to the previous page? Unfortunately, you cannot scroll. You have to use the up arrow. Scroll up. You have to click on the up arrow and you have to click on the down arrow. But can I use the mouse scrolling here? Unfortunately, the mouse scrolling is not available. So what we have to do it is, there is an option called as, when you go to the multi-category layout, under the multi-category layout, overflow. It says paginated. Instead of paginated, let us say continuous scroll. So now you can scroll it using the mouse. Instead of paginated, you can make it as scroll, mouse scrolling.
No, formats.
Paginated, how it will go for mouse scroll? Paginated, you will not get the mouse scroll. Paginated na page by page தான் வரும். அதுதான் correct. Overflow, or you change it the table மேட்ரிக்ஸ் இதெல்லாம் மாதிரி இருக்கீங்களா? டேபிள் பதிலாக டைல்ஸ் அந்த மாதிரி இதெல்லாம். Slicer. By default, you will see at least you can increase the rows, but maximum there are only four rows as of now. Table போட்டிருக்கேன்.
Table change பண்ணாம again matchmaker scroll பண்ணலாம்.
Name itself continuous scroll. Continuous scroll is used for scrolling. Format, general, data format, apply settings to the total revenue and make it as whole number, decimal number, currency. Let me make it as currency here. Yes. I make it as currency. Call out. These are all the things which we did in the last session. Call out. Total revenue. Value. Make it as display units as none. So that I'll get the exact value. Change the display units as none. So each region wise, what is my total? Central region, what is my total? East region, what is my total? North region, northeast, southwest. These are all the various advantages in the card. Unfortunately, you cannot use the old card. Old card will get retired. So already it has retired, but totally it will go off from your visual as soon as possible. So try to use this new cards. Don't use the old cards. Okay. Done? We'll see about drill down and drill through next. First drill down, then drill through. Then mapping, then top 10. At least we have to finish table and matrix today. Another 1.5 hours maximum. Let me add a new page. Almost this page is full, so I don't have any option in this page. So let us go to. You can see when I click on the slicer, everything will get updated, right? When I click on braking system, it shows the total revenue for braking system. It shows the target revenue for braking system. It shows the profit margin for the braking system. It shows the gauge chart for the braking system. It shows the region wise what is the total for each and every braking system. So similarly, electrical and electronics, everything is getting filtered. Engine, everything is getting filtered. Suspension, everything is getting filtered. So based on whatever you select, everything is getting filtered here. To come back to the same thing, suppose I selected the braking system, how can I come back? One more click on the braking system. Or there will be an option available on the top, eraser, similar to clear selection. There is a clear selection available. You can use the clear selection or click on the same item again. If you click on the same item again, you will get back again. Okay. Now, let us add a new page. Do not create more visuals. Try to display everything in most of the things in one visuals. Do not flood with your visuals. If you open, I have seen in one screen, one page, they have 20, 30 visuals. Try to have 2 or 3 visual and display everything in 2 or 3 visual. For example, maybe you would have got this introduction in basics of Power BI also. I want to insert a pie chart, or I want to insert a column chart. I want to insert a bar chart. Anything. Let us start with the pie chart now. So I want to insert a pie chart. I think we have in the region table, I think there is a column called as region available under the region details. When I go to the geographic data, under the geographic data, we have country, we have state, and we have cities. We have country, I think this data is only available for India. If you have multiple country, we can use it, but as of now, we have it only for the India. So I want, maybe I'll take the state here. So what are all the columns available here? In the geographic data, city, country, region, and state names. So I'm going to use this city. I'm going to use the state. I'm going to use the region name. These three things I am going to use it in a visual. So don't create three visual for it. For a region, a separate visual. For a city, separate visual. Don't do it. We'll try to do everything in one visual. Tell me what is the better hierarchy here? Which can come first, which can come second, which can come third here? First region, then state, then city. Super. Let me do that. What he said is correct. I am going to follow what he said. Let us go for a pie chart. I'll go for a pie chart now. We'll go for a pie chart, or we can go for a column chart and line chart. Maybe column chart, we'll see it in another few minutes. Let us go for a pie chart. I click on this pie chart here. This pie chart, I expand this height and width of the pie chart. As he has told, first I will take the region name. So let us bring the region name to the legend area. I'm bringing the region name to the legend area. So we have the central region, east region, northeast, south, southwest. Fine, perfect. So first I will create a simple report region wise. I want sum of revenue. What is my revenue for each region wise? What is the revenue for each region wise? So let us bring the total revenue into the value area. Bring it to the value area. So region wise, we got what is our total revenue. Each region, what is your total revenue. So when I place the cursor, it will show you north region, this is my revenue, south region, this is my revenue, east region, northeast, so it shows the revenue here. Perfect, Pakka, no problem. But, so region, we got it into legend. Total revenue, we got it into the value. Now the next one. As you told, I am going to follow the same hierarchy. Below the region, let us bring the state name. Already we dragged that legend, we have dragged that region into the legend area. Let us drag the state name also into the legend area. I am dragging the state name also and bring it to the legend area. One change has happened here. What is the change has happened here is on your visual, on the top you can see there is 4 icons appearing. Up arrow, down arrow, double down arrow, one holder with a double arrow. I will explain what is the usage of it. We'll see it in pie chart, we'll see it in line chart, column chart. One by one we'll see now. Okay. So we have an up arrow, we have a down arrow. So let us do one more. City. I'll bring the city to the below the state. I'm bringing the city below the state. Now, so we got the region, we got the state, we got the city here. Now what will happen when I place the cursor over here? You will get one more extra information. Earlier you would have not got this information. Earlier when I place the cursor, it shows north region, what is my revenue? That's all. Now you can see there is an option appearing called as drill down. There is an option called as drill down. This is one method. Another method is there is a single arrow available here, down arrow. Either you can switch on this down arrow, just to switch on this down arrow. Switch on the down arrow. Now it's on. How do I know it's on? Surrounding that arrow, there is a circle appearing. That means that the arrow is on. Now what we do is very simple. Let us go to the north region. I'm going to the north region. Click. Just to click on the north region. It drills down. Under the north region, what are all the state-wise report? Below that north. Uttar Pradesh, Jammu, Kashmir, Rajasthan, Punjab, Himachal, Ladakh. Suppose I click on Uttar Pradesh. Under Uttar Pradesh, it shows city-wise report. If you create 3 separate charts also, you cannot do this. This can be done only by this drill down. Drill up. Up arrow, drill up, come to the first level. Switch on this drill down and select, suppose I'll select the south region. Under south region, what are all the state-wise? Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Telangana, Kerala. I click on Tamil Nadu. Under Tamil Nadu, I got city-wise. Drill up, drill up. But my top people is asking, okay, you are clicking on south region, I am showing the south region detail. If you are clicking on north, I am getting north region detail. But I want to see all the, can I see all the state? I don't want south region state. I want to see all the state-wise report. Then very simple. Switch off the single arrow, click on that double arrow. Switch off that single arrow, click on double arrow. All the state-wise. But I think pie chart lesson looks good. But when you go to some other column chart, it will be more good actually because more states are available here. Can I see all the city-wise? Yes, if I click all the city-wise. Not particular region, particular state. All the state and all the cities. Drill up, drill up, drill up. Okay. Next we'll see about mapping. All the state, not particular region state. Single arrow click panna south கீழ என்ன state னு காமிக்கும் அது click பண்ணா எல்லா state னு. One more is available, one holder with the double arrow. I will explain that. It will expand it. South, what are all the state? State, what are all the city? But I think this pie chart I don't want to explain it. You will get confused. It is cumbersome. Maybe I will explain it in some other chart. Could you tell me how can I bring this legend? I don't like this legend on the right side. I want to put the legend at the bottom. You tell me how to do that. That is it. Format your visual, then legend, center right or bottom or whatever. Yes, very good. I'll put it at bottom center. Yes, now my chart looks much better. Before using the next visual, you have to switch on something. Please switch on this, then only the next visual will work properly. File. Go to file. Maybe in the basics of Excel, I think you would have did it, but still who are not did it, do it again. File. Options and settings. File. Options and settings. Options. File. Options and settings. Even the next one which I am going to explain is also going to retire sooner. We have a new advantage. I will see both. So file, options and settings, options, security. File, options and settings, option, security. Below the security, there is an option available. Use map and field map visual. See whether this option is enabled. This option should be enabled. If it is not enabled, please enable. I think it would have been disabled, right? By default. By default, it would have been unchecked. Please check it. Please check that option. But unfortunately, as I told, this option is going to retire sooner. But we have a new feature that's available. We'll see both. So let us select the map and field map. And I say, okay. Place the cursor on some empty area. Place the cursor on some empty area. On your system or on my system, go to the build visual. Below that, row number 1, 2, 3, 4th row. 4th row. Maybe there is an option called as maybe the older one. You can see the shape map or you can see a map. Maybe I'll go to field map. You will get, I go to the restore visual. I think the restore visual is gone. You should get that field map. I think, as I told you, it is going to retire. But in my system, that field map is somewhere else in the bottom here. You can see the field map. It should be there on the 4th row. Actually, it should be before the gauge. Before the gauge, next to the table, you should get this field map. You will get two maps. One is that field map. Another one is this bubble map. So you should get this field map. You should get the field map. Maybe here, you should get that field map somewhere else here. Maybe on the 4th row, you should get it. As I told, this is going to be retired sooner. And there is a new feature that I will explain. Field map. Click on that field map. Yeah, selected the field map. Now, as I indicated, in this data, we have only one country, India. If you have multiple country, you can use it. But as of now, here we have only India. So let me take the state name. We have state names. Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, state names. So let us bring the state name to the location area. Bring the state name to the location area. You can see it says this visual is going to be retired sooner. So upgrade now. Don't upgrade it. Please wait. Please wait. We'll upgrade it later. So based on the state name available on your data, it has automatically highlighted here. We didn't complete it till there are so many options to be done. We'll do that. So we have dragged the state name and we have dropped into the location area. Then total revenue. Let us bring the total revenue into the tooltip area. There is something called as legend, latitude, longitude. If you have the latitude, longitude also, you can fix it. But let us bring the total revenue into the tooltip. Now, what would have happened is, when I place the cursor on any one of the state, Tamil Nadu, in Tamil Nadu, what is my total revenue? Similarly, if I place it in Karnataka, what is my total revenue? Maharashtra, what is my total revenue? Total revenue, Rajasthan. So it shows the total revenue based on wherever you place the cursor. No revenues. You will not get a revenue. But if you want to get only India also, that's possible. We'll do that. Okay. Then select this map, format, select the map, go to format. I want to know which states has more revenue. If the revenue is more, I want to give that in a green color. Maybe where the revenue is lesser, I want to put an yellow color. Very lesser, I want to put a red color. Set as select the map, format, fill color, format, fill color, color, FX. Format, fill color, FX, which we did in the last session. FX. Click on that FX. Under FX, rules. I think here I don't want the rules. Instead of rules, let us make it as gradient, multicolor. Gradient. But it says, do you want to give a gradient for the state names? Based on the state name, do you want to give a color? No. I want to give a color based on the total revenue. If the revenue is more, I want a green. If the revenue is lesser, I want an yellow. Very lesser, I want a red. So go to fill color, gradient, total revenue, minimum. If the value is minimum, I want a red. Add middle color. So there are two colors. I want to add three color, maybe like a traffic signal. Middle color. Let the middle color be yellow, highest color. So let us say the more color, highest is green. Yes. If I say okay, based on the values, you can see color would have changed. As expected, Maharashtra is having more revenue. Yes. More yellow. More green. The next advantage is, watch here. When I select region, in the pie chart, I am going to click on North region. Yes. It automatically zooms out North region and it shows the map only for the North. If I select South, it shows the region for South. So based on your pie chart selection, you can see the map is changing automatically. Okay. So this is the filled map. We have one more map, that's a bubble map. Select this map, go to format, add data to the visual. Before this filled map, there is something called as bubble map. Like a bubble, you will get a bubble here. Where the value is more, we will get a bigger circle. Where the value is lesser, you will get a smaller circle. So one is the filled map, another one is the just a map. Before that filled map, you will get that map. Select this map and click on that map, just a map. Click this map. Select the map, this map first. The map which you have already created. This is the one. Select it and click on this map. So that it will override. If you press on empty, it will create another new map. You should have selected the existing map and do it. Can I get both? Can I get the bubble as well as can I get the field? For that, I think we have to go for the new map. So as I indicated, this map will get retired sooner. So either you upgrade this map or you insert this map. This one is the new one, Azure map. You can see this one is our new map. Either upgrade it or click on the Azure map. Azure map is the upgraded map. Or you can click on this upgrade straight away. So you click on upgrade or you can click on the Azure map. So this will be our new maps. So this will be available in near future. So this map is our near future map. Circle, you will get that circle also. Because you have selected bubble and you would have selected it. Bubble and well, or you can, if you want that, you can switch off that also. Select it, go to format, and then the marker layer the switch off பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னா, you will not get that bubble. Go to format and switch off that marker layer, you will not get that bubble. Marker layer. Upgraded to the latest version.
Yes.
Chili or no? May version.
June.
You will get it. Marker is bubble, filled map is that fill color. One layout means? You have to create. The system will not help. That will may vary from company to company. Now we cannot do it. There are predefined maps. You have to do some drawing tools. Based on the drawing tools, you can get it here. Third party drawing tools. Only the predefined maps are available. Microsoft map.
How to remove this bubble map?
You are converted into latest map or old map?
Old map.
Old map, then you have to select it as this one, filled map. Select the map and make it as a filled map. Select that map and put it as a filled map. Try to use the new map, sir, so we will have both. If you go to the new map, you have both. This marker layer also will be there, filled layer also will be there. Both will be there. Actually, நிறைய option. You can see the window label. Satellite hybrid. Satellite map. Hybrid map. So if you use the latest version, you have so many options available in maps. Okay, before the break, we'll see the at least the top 10. So one more area, we'll finish our small topic here, top 10. So I want to bring the top 10 customers here. Top 10 customers, overall my top 10 customers. And one more thing is, when I click on South region, it should show me the top 10 for South. North region, it should show me the top 10. Suppose if I select Tamil Nadu, it should show me the top 10 for Maharashtra, who is my top 10 for Maharashtra. So based on the region wise, based on the city wise, state wise, the top 10 should change automatically. First, let us create a chart. Then we'll see how to bring it as a top 10. I think you can go for a column chart or you can go for a bar chart also. But for the top 10, I recommend to go with the clustered bar chart. So we'll go with the clustered bar chart now. So let us go with the clustered bar chart. So place the cursor on some empty area. Click on the third chart. From the top, the third one, clustered bar chart. Click on the clustered bar chart. Now, customer name wise. Customer name. Third chart. Place the cursor on some empty area and click on the chart. Reduce your size. Okay. Customer name. Bring it to y-axis. Customer name. Bring it to y-axis. Total revenue. Bring it to x-axis. Customer name, I am bringing into y-axis, total revenue into x-axis, which is y, which is x. These are all the things which we had discussed in basics also. Drag the customer name into y, total revenue into x. Could you tell me this? This I think you would have been aware, you would have been used in Word, Excel and PowerPoint in Microsoft Office also. I want the same coloring here. Whatever the coloring formatting I did it for this map, I want the same coloring and formatting for this bar chart also. Could you tell me how can I get the same color formatting here? Format, Painter. Very good. Select this map. Go to Home tab. Format Painter. Select the map. Go to the Home tab. Format Painter. Click on the Format Painter. Under Format Painter, after selecting the Format Painter, now you select the bar chart. The same color is applied here also. But we didn't do the top 10, we'll do it. All customers are displayed, we'll see how to bring the top 10. Select the map. Go to Home tab, Format Painter, then select the bar chart. How can I display the value? What is the sum of revenue for this particular customer? I want to display the value here. How do we display the value? No, I want to display the value, not by placing the cursor. Placing the cursor, it will display. I want to display the value here, exactly here. Format, switch on the data label. Very good. Format, switch on the data label. It's in millions. You know how to convert it as a normal value. How do we convert the millions into normal? For that, I think we are using some feature from the morning to convert a millions into some value. We are using a feature. Could you tell me what is that feature? What is the name of it? Millions into exact value. Display units. So I don't know where is the display units in this bar chart. So what you do is simple way. Instead of searching it, go to the search bar, type DIS. Just type DIS so the display unit will appear straight away here. No need for searching. Where is the display unit? X-axis, Y-axis. I don't know where it is available. So just go to the search box and type the DIS and change the display units as none. So you will get the exact value displayed here. First to switch on the data label. While switching on the data label, it is showing the numbers in million, billions or trillions. I don't want it. So let us go to DIS and change the display units as none. Okay. Before the break, we'll finish up the top 10. Then we'll see the interaction, table, matrix, drill through. Many chapters. Now select this map. Select the bar chart. It is displaying all my customers. I don't want it. I want only the top 10 customers. Select this bar chart. Expand the filter. Expand the filter. Select the bar chart. Expand the filter. Here you can see filter on this visual. There are three options. Filter on this visual, filter on this page, filter on all pages. Maybe tomorrow we'll explore the all on pages and all pages. We'll explore it tomorrow. Today we'll go to the filter on this visual. Customer name. There is an arrow mark next to the customer name. Expand that arrow mark. Expand that arrow mark to the customer name. It says basic filter. I don't want basic filter. I want advanced filter, top N. I want top N. Top N on what basis? 10. Or you can change it. Instead of top N, we can make it as bottom also. So you can make it as bottom here. I want top N. So let us say top. How much? 10. Based on what? So you can see there is a drop down available. Based on what I want the top 10? Based on the total revenue. You can click here and I can select the total revenue, or you can type it and select it. TOT. You can type it and select it also. So there is a drop down where we can see total revenue. Apply. After selecting the total revenue, apply it. Now we got only the top 10 customers. Only the top 10. But based on the region wise, the top 10 will change. No, that part we'll do it in the next one. I'll re-explain it again one more time. Earlier it looks like this. Earlier my table looks like this. Select this column bar chart. Go to filter. Customer name, expand it. Instead of basic filter, let us go to top N. And top, how much? 10. By which? By the total revenue. Apply. So it shows only the top 10 customer who is giving more revenue for us. Okay. One small challenge here. Done? Unfortunately, I collapsed the filter here. Now, here it's showing the top 10 perfect. But when I select the north region, my map is showing for north region perfect. But what is happening to my bar chart is only 2 or 3. That means out of the top 10, this 3% belongs to the north region. If I select south, out of top 10, no one belongs to the south region. But I don't want it. When I select north, it should show me the top 10 for north. When I select south, it should show me the top 10 for south. So based on whatever the region I select, based on that, the top 10 should be displayed automatically. Okay. So what we do is select this pie chart. This I think we have learnt it in basics of Power BI also, but still select this pie chart. Go to format. Yes, very good. Edit interaction. Format, edit interaction. First select the pie chart, because when I select the pie chart, what should we do it for this column bar chart? That we have to decide. Select the pie chart, format, edit interaction. Edit interaction. After clicking on the edit interaction, you can see three icons are appearing on the top. First one is, when I select the pie chart, do you want to filter it? Do you want to highlight it? Or do you want to do nothing? Nothing means nothing. If I click, nothing will happen to this. It will be as it is. So by default, what is happening is it's highlighting. But by default, I want to filter it. So what you do is select the first button, this filter. The second one is highlighting. That is happening there. Out of the top 10, only 3 is highlighted. But I want to filter it. So click on filter. Filter. That's it. Now switch off that edit interaction. Switch off that edit interaction. Let us try it. I click on south. Yes. So we have top 10 customer for south. North. Top 10 for, south. So this is for north. So based on my selection, the filter is chilling. So based on the region wise, overall the top 10 customers for region wise. I have selected the north. How do we come back? How do we get the entire region again? I selected north. I want the entire region again. Once again, click on the north or click somewhere else outside of your pie chart also. Shows me the entire region again. Okay. Among the region means south region, top 10. North region. All the zones together, this is the top 10. We select south, this is the top 10 for south. Yeah.
It's a region specific.
Huh.
If I want to select, overall it is over the.
This is overall top 10. This is overall top 10. North click பண்ணீங்கன்னா நார்த்தோட டாப் 10, சவுத் கிளிக் பண்ணி சவுத்தோட டாப் 10 வருது. கரெக்ட் தானே? வெளியில கிளிக் பண்ணுங்க, this is overall top 10 customers. Okay. Next is table and matrix drill through. At least we'll finish off the table and matrix and drill through today. Tomorrow target fixing, what if analysis. We have to see so many visuals, publishing, RLS. Many concepts are still pending. So, shall we take a small break? Save the file. And I pause the recording of the session. So last session, what we did is, we have created 3 things. One is we have created a pie chart, we have created a map, and we have created a bar chart, and we have integrated it. Now, what is happening is, in the morning we have created some visual. When I click on the slicer, all the visual in this page is interacting. Fine. Here also what has happened is, when I click on the pie chart, the visuals are interacting within the pages. Can I interact a visual between one page to another page? Within a page, we are interacting. That's very simple. When I click on a pie chart, it's filtering. When I click on the card, it's filtering. When I click on the slicer, it's filtering. That's okay. But I want to interact between one page to another page. For an example, let us take this bar chart. So in this bar chart, I have the top 10 customer details. Let us take any one of the customer. For example, Trinity Vehicle. So Trinity Vehicle total revenue is 1 crore 74 lakhs 90,753. I want to see these details. So what are all the invoice made for this customer? What is the invoice date and what is the part number? What is the component name? I want full details of this whole 1 crore 74 lakhs in a table format. Visual is also very important. To create a visual like this is also very important. It's very important to put it in a table format. People expect table format also. There are 2 types of table. normal table, matrix. We'll see both. Before that, I recommend to have a meaningful name for each and every page. The reason is today evening, sorry, not today, tomorrow we are going to make a we are going to make an index of a page. Suppose I have 20 pages, I cannot display all the 20 pages in a screen. If I click, it should go to a particular second page, third page. We are going to make an index. To create an index, it's better to give some meaningful name for the pages. So let me give a meaningful name. So double click and I'm giving, I think this pages we have got the top 10 customers. So this page is for displaying the top 10 customers. So I'm giving some, for my understanding, I'm giving some meaningful name for this page. Okay. Then let me add another page. We are going to create a visual table, and I am going to interact between one page to another page. Two things you can do. You can interact between one page to another page, or we can bring the page here. We can bring the page, one page to another page also. Both are possible. We'll see both. So I recommend when you are interacting between the pages, it's always better to leave some space on the top. Don't know whether you have noticed it. I have a habit of leaving some space on the top. There is a reason behind it. Some space on the top because we are going to connect all the page finally. So that's the reason I'm giving some space on the top of every pages. You would have noticed last page also. I made it as a habit. I'm giving some space on the top of every page. So let us give some space on the top of this page also. And I'm going to insert a table. In build visual, row number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th row. 1, 2, 3, 4th one. 5th row, 4th one. The next to the slicer table, like an Excel table with the rows and columns. Table. So let us click on the table. And I'll pull downwards here because I need some space on the top. Extend the column width of the table. This is the power of using this Power BI. We have 9 tables. Get the data from any table here because all the tables are connected. So I can get the data from any table now. For example, let me put the invoice number. I want the invoice number in this table. So I'll go to the search box and I type invoice. So invoice number. So I'm bringing the invoice number to this column area. Invoice number we are dragging and dropping into the column area, or make a tick mark or drag and drop it. So let us bring the invoice number. Sorry. So it shows the invoice number. What are all the invoices? Remember, it's showing all the invoices. It's not the invoices for a particular customer. Finally, we are going to do that. Interacting between one page to another page, we are going to do it. First, we'll create the page first. Invoice number. So all the invoice number is displayed. Then I want the invoice date. Select this table again and bring the invoice date to the columns. But unfortunately, the invoice number is displayed like this. Year. Under year, we are getting a quarter. Under quarter, we are getting a month. Under month, we are getting one. Actually, what is this date is? It is 1st May 2023. So I don't like this date format. I want it as 1st June 2023. So drag the invoice number, drop it here. Drag the invoice date and drop it here. Now, go to the invoice date. There is an arrow mark available on the invoice date. You can see there is an arrow mark available. You expand that arrow mark and you can see there is an option invoice date, date hierarchy. Date hierarchy is year, quarter, month, day. But I don't want date hierarchy. I want the exact invoice date. So let us put as invoice date. Yes. Now you can see it displays the invoice date 01 June 2023. Can I change the format of this date? I don't like this format. Maybe I want a different format, maybe 01060, whether it's a Sunday or Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday. I want the day also. Yes. Select this table, format your visual, general, As of now, we never used this data analysis, which we are going to explore tomorrow morning. First thing we are going to do that. Select this format, general, data format. So apply settings to what? Invoice number. No, I don't want to apply the settings to invoice number. I want to apply the settings to invoice date. So let us make it as invoice date. And what is the format? So there are some formats, predefined formats available. If you are satisfied with any one of the predefined format, you can select it. If you are not satisfied with the predefined format, go to custom and give your format. Below this, the format code, it's auto. No, I want to do the format. Let us say first I want date, D. If I say D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If I say 2D, 01, 02, 03, 04. I recommend to go with 2D so that you will get 01, 02, 03. Okay. Then, what is the separator? You can put a dot, you can put a slash, you can put an hyphen. I recommend to follow the same format of your system. In my system, I have an hyphen, so I will go with hyphen. Month. Don't use smaller m. Smaller m indicates minutes. Smaller m indicates minutes. So it should be capital M. 1M is for month. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2M. 01, 02, 03, 04. 3M. JAN, FEB, MAR. You can see when I type it parallelly, it's changing there. 01 JUN. Suppose I want June, July, August, then 4Ms. Your wish. 2M, 3M, 4M. It's up to you. So I will go with, as of now, I will go with, for an example, I will go with the 3Ms, hyphen, 2Y, or 4Ys. 2Ys is for 23, 24, 25, 26. 4Y is for 22. Don't use 3Ys. It will not give you the right output. So 4Ys. So it says 01 June 2023. And I want to know whether it's a Sunday or Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday. So you can put a space, you can put a comma. So let me put a comma. 3 Ds. 1, 2, 3. SUN, MON, TUE. 4D, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. 3D, you can see THU, FRI, S. So if I say this, yes. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 4 full day. Your wish. I have given 3 Ds. Okay. The T Poma, 440 bus. Here. 430 is our last. Yeah. எனக்கு இங்க ப்ராப்ளம் I have a vehicle but உங்களுக்கு yes of course that's what I told. Small m is different from capital M. Small m is minutes, capital M is yes correct case sensitive. Okay, so we got the invoice number, we got the invoice date. Now what I want is I want the product name. What is the product we have sold to that customer? So let us come to this first button, add data to the visual. Already we have added the invoice number, already we added the invoice date. Now I want the product name. So I think product name is available in product master. This is the advantage. Invoice number, invoice date is available in some other file, some other table. Product name is available in some other table. So let us bring the product name to the columns. So it displays the product name. Then what I want is, what is the quantity? So let me bring the quantity, QTY. Quantity into the column again. It says the quantity, sum of quantity, we'll change that. Then what is the one is invoice cost. What is the cost for each product? So let us bring the invoice cost. Invoice cost. So invoice number, invoice date, like this from whichever the table you want. All the 9 tables, from 9 tables you can get any column from the 9 table. That's an advantage here. Then I want the total revenue. Yes. I think I need some space, so I increase the width. So we got the invoice number, we got the invoice date, we got the product name, we have the quantity, and we got the invoice cost, we got the total revenue. So I'm getting the sum of total revenue at the last. That is okay, perfect. But I don't want the sum of quantity. I don't want the sum of quantity. So what we will do? In the columns, you can see sum of quantity. Click on the arrow mark of the sum of quantity and make it as don't summarize. Please do not summarize. Don't get the grand total of it. I don't want to summarize. I want to just display what is the quantity. So don't summarize. Similarly, for the invoice cost also, don't summarize. Yes, now it's okay. We'll do a conditional formatting next. So we have some columns. As I told, displaying a chart is also very vital. Displaying a table is also very important. Some people prefer to display everything in a table format. Now I want to do a conditional formatting here. For an example, let us take this total revenue. Based on the total revenue, I want to do some conditional formatting. Maybe instead of the color, let me put some icons like emojis. I want to put some icons. Select this table. Go to the right hand side, columns, total revenue. Go to the total revenue. Expand the total revenue. There is an option called as conditional formatting. Go to the total revenue, conditional formatting, background color, font color, data bars, icons. Color we know already, background color, font color, we did it already in last session. Data bar, we'll see it in the next table. Now let us go for icons. So I'm going with icons. Web URL means that is the URL website. So let us go for icons. And you decide what you want, rules, values, total revenue, that's correct. And where you want this icon, whether you want this icon should appear on the left of your total revenue or on the right of your total revenue, or you want only the icon. I don't want the values to be displayed, only the icon to be displayed. You can change it here. But I recommend to go with the left hand side, that's always better. Alignment, whether you want it on the top, suppose that bar is very bigger, whether on the left side, that's our top or middle or bottom. Maybe I'll put it as middle. And what is the icon you prefer? There are so many icons. 3, 4, 5 icons will be there. Set of 3, set of 4, set of 3, 4, 5. Less than 3 is not available, more than 5 is not there. So you can select any one of the icon, whatever the icon you wish. Let me go with the traffic signal icon. You can select anything. I am going with this traffic signal or tick mark, exclamation mark, into mark, anything. So I'll go with the traffic signal here. Maybe this one. And what is the condition? It says 0 to 33. Since I selected 3 icon, it will say 33, 33, 34. If I selected 4 icon, how will be the split? 25, 25, 25. Very good. 5 means 20, 20, 20. That's all. But now I don't want this percentage. Instead of percent, let us make it as number. Instead of percent, let us make it as number. Both area. Just for example. From 0 to 5,000. Assume from 0 to 5,000, I want a red. It's a red. It's very low. Then same number here. Same number here. Maybe 5,000 to, let us take 50,000. 0 to 5,000, we are giving a grid color. 5,000 to 50,000 is an yellow. The last one, number 50,000. Do one thing. Either it can be 100%. 100% is equal to maximum. Either make this as 100%, or what you do is, you can make it as number. How can I get a max here? Delete that value. If you delete the value, it will be max. I think max number is equal to 100%. Both are same, correct? 100% or max now, both are same. So you can use anything. But even though if you say max number, it will turn into 100% automatically, even though if we change here. So anything is okay. Either max number or 100%. If you don't like this icon set, you can change it to some other icon also. For example, I don't like this green. I want the green tick mark. You can change it. That's your wish. That's it. Say okay. Yes. So now you can see that icons are appearing here based on my value. If it is between 0 to 5,000, I will get a red. 5,000 to 50,000, I will get an yellow. More than 50,000, you will get a green. Yes. Okay. Can I sort this like an Excel file? For example, I want the highest revenue should come on the top, lowest revenue should come on the bottom here. Just for being, I'm extending the width, like Excel, I can go here and extend the width of the product name because some products are little bit higher. I think some product width is little bit more. So that's why I'm extending the width. How do you do it in Excel? Go to the corner and you can extend the width of that column. And I want the highest revenue should come on the top, lowest revenue should come on the bottom. So very simple. Go to the title of the total revenue, click, just to make a click. So it will be sorted to the highest to lowest. Highest revenue is on the top, lowest revenue is on the bottom. One more click, reverse. Lowest on the top, highest on the bottom. Sorting, arranging in order. To come back to the original, I think by default, originally this table was sorted. By default, it would have been sorted by the first column, invoice number. By the first column, it would have been sorted by default. So first column is the invoice number. So I want it back. So click on the invoice number again. So it comes back to the original position. This is my original sorting order.
What is it, sir?
Click on the invoice number because by default it was sorted by the first column. So I want it again, so I clicked on the invoice number. So it comes back to the original sorting order. Waiting drill through, we cannot do it today. At least we'll create a matrix. One matrix we'll finish off today. This is equivalent to a Excel table, like Excel table with rows or columns. Next, equivalent to a pivot table. In Excel, we have two things. One is normal table, second one is pivot table. So I want to create a table, pivot table, summarizing, reporting. I want to create a small report here. So, same thing, go to the same row, 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth row. Next to the table, there is something called as matrix. Matrix is equivalent to pivot table in Excel. Place it on some empty area. Click on the matrix. Click on the matrix. I think who are all aware of pivot table, you can help me here. What I want to do is here, what we are going to do or what I want you to try here is I want to know maybe product wise, product name wise. Let us take something like yearly. Product wise is yearly. What is the sum of revenue, sum of profit, whatever you want. So let us take sum of total revenue itself. So I want three things in this report. One is product name, second one is years, third one is sum of total revenue. Could you tell me? I have three options in my matrix. You can see on the right hand side there is three options. One is rows, another one is columns, another one is values. Could you tell me out of these three, where can I drag the product name, where can I drag the year, where can I drag the total revenue? Which will be better? Product name on rows. Then
Columns on the
yearly on columns.
revenue on values.
Very good. Of course, last one is perfectly correct. The revenue should be on values because I want the value, I want the total. That is fine. But why you are saying the product should be in rows and the year should be, can I reverse it? Can I put the years on rows and the products on column? What will happen? It will give a wrong output.
Product name will be listed.
Very good. Perfect. Always lesser value should be in columns, higher value should be in rows to have a better view. Reporting is not a problem. It will give you the right output to have a better view on your screen. What you said is perfectly correct. Let us do that. Product name. Let us put the product name into rows. Where is that yearly?
Invoice date, wait.
Very good. Expand the invoice. If I expand the invoice date, under the invoice date, date hierarchy. Expand the date hierarchy. Year, quarter, month, day. Let us bring the years. I will bring the years to columns. Then total revenue. Bring it to values. Perfect. So yearly, product wise, sum of total revenue. Want to export this to Excel? You are exporting to Excel. It will not be an Excel. You cannot export as Excel. You can export as CSV. CSV in a formatting கிடையாது. அதனால அது columns தான் வரும். Open Excel and do the condition. Okay. Now, let us do one conditional formatting. Wherever the value is higher, here all are positive values, no problem. If we put the profit margin, there may be some negative. Probably we'll see it in the next part. Now here I want to give some conditional formatting for this. Wherever the value is more green, value is lesser, less green, lesser green. So I want to put a data bar here. So select this total revenue, conditional formatting, data bars, like a mini chart, a small chart. Data bars. Data bar values lowest to highest, that's correct. And what is the color you want to give it for the positive bar? Positive bar, what's the color? If there is a negative, what is the color? Fortunately, we don't have any negatives here. So that's why no color will be there. So if I try profit margin, you will get some negatives. Probably we'll try it later. For the positive bar, I'll put a green as usual. Negatives, there is no negative as of now. If there is a negative, I will put it as red. Between the positive and negative, we will get a small line. What is the line color? That line color is black. That doesn't make a very big difference. So it can be black itself. Show bar only. Sometimes I don't want my audience to see the values. I want my audience to see only the bars. So then you can select this show bar only. Maybe we'll try that later. I'll say okay.
Last axis.
That's what I told. Between that black, red and green, you will have a small line here. This part, this one. This color, black. இந்த பக்கம் ரெட் வரும், இந்த பக்கம் green வரும். அது நடுவுல ஒரு கலர், ஒரு பார் வரும். அதான் access color. Here all are positive, that's why you are not able to see that. If you have a negative and positive, then you will see it. When not change பண்ணி பாத்துருவோமே. For example, here total வராது, only for the data. Because if total போட்டீங்கன்னா அதான் பெரிய green-ஆ போயிடும். So you will not see that this green, this will be too small. அதனால total apply ஆகும். Now, instead of the revenue, let us put the profit margin. Profit, I think we have some negatives. So let us remove the total revenue and I'll bring the profit margin to the value. Then I'll go to the arrow mark, conditional formatting, data bars, positive, I'll put a green for it. And negative, let us put the red for it. Between the positive and negative, there is a line. That line is black. Now say okay. So you'll see positive and negative. So in the line or this line, that is axis. That's a black color. So all the negatives are red, all the positives are. Same thing I did it, but instead of the total revenue, I got the negative FD. That's why I did this. Instead of the total revenue, I removed the total revenue and bought the profit margin here. Then did the same conditional formatting. Arrow, conditional formatting, data bars. Positive green, negative red. That's all. Just to show the positives and negatives. Okay. Actually, I thought of completing the interaction between one page to another page, bringing a page to another page. If I select a particular customer and come to this page, I should see only that customer details. Or when I click here, that customer details page should appear straight away here. Two things are possible, but that's a little bit bigger chapter. And we didn't see the other visuals like a line chart. We didn't see about funnel. Didn't see about KPI, waterfall, decomposition, combo charts, so many other visuals. We didn't see about publishing, workspaces after publishing, RLS, row level securities. Still, so many things are pending. So with all your permission, I'm stopping here because if I start the next chapter, it will take another 15 to 20 minutes. So I don't want to do that because your mind will not be here. So we'll start that chapter tomorrow morning. So if you have any doubts, questions of whatever we have learnt, if you have time, I'll try to clarify. Otherwise, we'll start tomorrow morning. Yes? I hope you are all better than today morning. But the real challenge is everything you can understand here. Close and open after 10 minutes. Everything becomes blank. No other go. Please practice. Can we close our session? I'm stopping.